Hi everyone, it's Simon Keeling here at weatherweb.net and it is Monday the 29th of January. Thanks again for watching. Now, I got a little bit frustrated again earlier on today. Goodness me, I've been on my soapbox a lot, haven't I? I did put out a tweet last night. Those of you following us on Twitter at WXWeb or at Weather School will know that I made a comment about the broadcast that was made last night, saying that it was going to be the coldest night of the year so far in 2014. Now, strictly speaking, and absolutely strictly speaking, that was true for some parts of the country. But my problem with it was that it was just made as a statement, it will be the coldest night of the year in 2014 so far, with no real qualification made, because the temperature got down to minus 8.8 last night. And that did make it the coldest night of the year of 2014 in England, Northern Ireland, and Wales. So it wasn't actually the coldest night of the year so far, because if you're told it's the coldest night of the year so far on a national forecast, then surely that applies to the national forecast, not just to one particular part of the country. And also, the comment was made as if it was exceptional that the temperature got down to minus 9. No, it's not. What was exceptional was that it took so long in the year for temperatures to get that low. It's a reflection, really, of how mild the winter was. And it's this kind of twisting and remanipulating of weather stories that I'm just becoming increasingly frustrated by, so disenchanted with the whole news output. This was the BBC News website earlier on, and in fact it's still there now. I mean, this is just a nonsense headline. It means nothing. Cold weather, record 2014 freeze for England, Wales and Northern Ireland. Now, factually, it's correct. So, you know, the BBC are quite right. It's correct. That's what it was. It was the lowest for 2014. But this makes it into a news story that just ain't there. So the problem we then find is that when there is a need to warn people about the weather, just think back to the floods and the gales of last winter. And we needed to warn people about it because it was severe weather, then they don't listen because the weather story has been watered down. It's the same as the cold weather alerts from the Met Office about health warnings. You know, it makes a nonsense of the whole system of trying to alert people when they really do need to be alerted as to when the weather is severe. This is just what you see in front of you here, this cold weather story is an absolute non-story, and to be frank, I expect better from the BBC. If it had been on a tabloid newspaper, then, you know, you said, well, yeah, what do you expect? You pay your money, you get your choice. But certainly not the sort of journalism that we should be expecting from the BBC. So, you know, come on, guys. Let's get it right. Let's stay real. You've got a weather centre there with professional meteorologists who would have told you that that was a non-story. At least if they didn't, they certainly damn well should have told you that it was a non-story. And I hate to sound like an old dear saying it wouldn't happen in my day, but I can tell you now, it wouldn't. Even 2 or 3 years ago, that would not have appeared. Just seems to be, well, it makes me wonder, is it a chase for website hits? You know, even I saw that The Independent had got that headline, or The Eye had got the headline about record freeze on the way the other day. It's just crazy, absolutely crazy. Anyway, on to more positive things. This is the CFS forecast for week 1. And it shows, look, the high that we've got over us at the moment built in quite nicely. But, of course, things are going to be giving way to some stronger winds through New Year's Day, so that by week 2, this is between the 5th of Jan and the 11th of January, we're actually breaking more into a west and northwesterly flow. Look, still got the higher than normal heights to the south, lower than normal to the north. Strong jet stream coming across the Atlantic next week, building the idea of increasing heavy amounts of rain and increasing storms too. Next week, we could be in for some real severe gales across the country. So get yourselves ready, because I've just got the feeling that we are going to have a terrifying weather bomb storm from hell headline on its way very soon. Something like killer 100-mile-per-hour winds to hit the UK. Actually, it doesn't hit, does it? It batters the UK. So get ready for that one coming along next week as the jet stream strengthens. Then week 3, looking like that. Trying to bring quite a trough through the country. Lower than normal heights to the south, higher than normal down to the to the north, higher than normal down to the south, and trying to bring a trough in like so. Now, I think this is starting to lead us then into some cooler weather getting in, because that stays unsettled through that middle part of the month. But then week 4 from the 19th to the 25th, low pressure towards the north, still tries to bring in more of a westerly wind, trying to build the heights down to the south. I don't think this is where this is going to go, and let me show you the reason why. This is the MJO forecast from the CFS, and what I want you to notice here, look, is just going into phase 6 here around the 11th of January. Phase 7 around about the 19th of January, and then hints of trying to get into phase 8 after about the 21st of January. So we've got the 11th, the 19th and the 28th of January as going through different phases. Now, what do they mean? Well, let me show you. Phase 6 from the 11th to the 19th looks like this. This is from the American weather sites, and what this does is, look, low than normal heights to the north, higher than normal down towards the south. It brings in a stormy west to west northwesterly. So this is the 11th to the 19th, and it eases from the south later as pressure builds in. Then that's phase 6. Then phase 7 from the 19th to the 28th. This is the 19th going up to the 28th of January. Phase 7 does this, look, builds the ridge out towards the west, trough out towards the east, brings in cold north and northeasterly winds, gives us a hit of winter with pressure building. I can see how this pattern could occur. So it's somewhere from around the, I actually think my dates at the moment are 15th to the 20th onwards. So 15th to the 20th, getting colder. That's what we see just now. And then phase 8, which we're showing on most of the models, so this is the phase 8 from the 28th onwards, that was shown that the trough pushed off towards the north, the high building collapsing away down to the south. And what this then does is it pulls the flow back round more into a north or northwesterly, not quite so cold, but keeps the unsettled conditions going through this phase 8. Oh, sorry, the colder settled conditions going through phase 8 at the end of January. I can see that going on, but that's just one model. That's the CFS. If you look at the ECMWF, now admittedly this is from a few days ago now. This is from the 26th of December, so this is from Boxing Day. But what this is trying to do is actually concentrate. It's the green line that we're interested in here. So it's this one that goes through here, look, and what it does, it brings us into phase 5 around about the 9th of January. And then takes us into phase 6 around about the 19th of January. So what it sees actually is a much slower development, and it doesn't see this cold weather getting in towards the end of the month. But what is interesting here is that if you look at the yellows, those yellows are runs of each individual model. It's what we call a spaghetti plot. So you can actually see some of the outliers here, look, coming round into phase 7 and phase 8, and they back up the ideas that we've just seen from the CFS. Now, the ECMWF operational hasn't exactly covered itself in glory recently, so we're going to be watching this one. This idea of high pressure building in mid-month is something that Gary's picked up on and said that his analogues were hinting at this pressure building mid to late in the month. That's what we've been advising private clients, so it's going to be interesting to see how this one comes off. And just a reminder, if you're interested in becoming a private client, then do get in touch. Use the contact form at the top of the page here. So enough's enough. I'll leave you with that for now. Excuse the rant at the beginning, but I think it was justified. Don't forget to check out Gary's fast forecast for all the details for the next couple of days. But for now, whatever you're doing, thanks again for watching and keep the sun shining. Bye for now.